Hey guys, it's Miss Marnon. So we're going to do division practice. So this is in Unit 2. This is page 13. Yesterday, you should have worked on learning the rules for division with multiplicative inverse. So I'm just going to go get my pencil out. Our objective today, I can use rules to divide rational numbers fluently. So yesterday we went over the rules. They're the same as the multiplication rules. So when you have the same sign, positive, positive, and negative, negative, your answer is going to be positive. When you have different signs, your answer is going to be negative. So for our DIN, evaluate each of the following. So we have 6 practice problems here. They're multiplication on the first row and division on the second row. So pause the video and do these 6 multiplication and division problems. Okay, so let's check our work. So we have -9 times -6. This is going to be a positive 54. 11 times -3 is going to be a -33. -12 times 5 is going to be -60. So those are our multiplication ones. Now for our division ones. We have -56 divided by 7 is going to give us a -8. -28 divided by -4 is +7. And 16 divided by -4 is -4. So I hope that you did well on those. So just remembering our rules for multiplication and division, and we can use a calculator, but most of those ones we should know. Actually, those are our math facts that we learned all through elementary school. So our preview, what is important to remember when typing multiplication and division problems into a calculator? So I'm going to switch over to typing with this button, and then I'm also going to change my font color. I like to change my font color and make it bold so I can see what I added into the worksheet rather than just like everything kind of blending in with the worksheet together. So you are going to type here for your preview. So pause the video now and answer this question. Okay, so some ideas that you might have wanted to type, making sure you type in the negatives. Something else, making sure you use the right decimals or fractions. Making sure they're in the right order. With multiplication, we have commutative property, which allows us to switch order, but with division, we need to make sure numbers are in the right order. So those are just some ideas that you could have typed in. There are lots of correct answers, so don't erase yours because yours is probably also correct. So if you have different ones for me, leave yours in too. So now we just have some exercises. I'm not going to go through and do all of these with you. This is just practice with multiplication and division, making sure that you're paying attention to the signs and getting positives when you're supposed to get positives and negatives when you're supposed to get negatives. I will help you with these word problems though. So if you want to do that practice at the top first, pause the video and do all those practices. Okay, so you should have completed the practice by now. I'm going to help you with these word problems. So the first one is Miss Reno lost an average of 4 pounds a month for 5 months. What was her total weight loss? Ooh, that line is crookedy. I can't draw a straight line today. What was her total weight loss? So I'm using cubes. I'm circling the question, underlining, or I'm circling the numbers, underlining the question, boxing any math action words. So lost usually tells me subtract or negative. And now we can kind of estimate or we can eliminate fluff. There's not really any extra words here. So now we're going to solve. So if she lost 4 pounds a month for 5 months, that's lost 4, lost 4, lost 4. Instead of taking it away all those times, we can actually just use multiplication. So if she lost 4, that's going to be -4 for 5 months is times 5 months. We can multiply that out and we get -20 pounds. So she lost 4 pounds per month. She totally lost 20 pounds overall. So she lost 20 pounds. Let's try the next one. A car that has been getting 15 miles to a gallon had a tune-up. Now it gets 18 miles to a gallon. What is the percent increase? So you did percents in 6th grade a little bit. So we're talking about percent of increase. It increased from 15 to 18. It went up plus 3. So there's your big hint that we're going to end up having to use that 3 in this. So you can pause this video and try it now based on what you remember about percent increase. Okay, so this is going to be a division problem. We divide usually to get percents. So we have the increase was 3, and then the whole or the total was 15. If you do 3 divided by 15, you're going to get 1/5 or 0.2. If you're going to change that to a percent, we can do that right on our calculators, or we can just know 0.2 is 20%. Okay, so that one had a little bit to do with division, but it was dividing two positive numbers, 1 and 5 or 3 and 15, right? A fraction is just a division sentence. When you're all done with this, you have an exit ticket, and then this question about squaring numbers. So this is a 3 squared, right? This is 3 raised to the second power. It's the same as 3 times 3. So the 2 just tells you how many times you're multiplying the number by itself. So for example, I'll give you another one. 4 squared, I'm hitting buttons on my pen, is really 4 times 4, which is 16. So you have 5 squared, 2 squared, -3 squared, and -9 squared. So why do you always get a positive number when you square any number? So you got to kind of think about it. And then we have our self-reflection. I can or I need help. So you can finish up this video. There's nothing else for you to do with this lesson other than go and do the independent practice in Canvas afterwards. But this is it for the class notebook pages. So making sure you have this done, your exit ticket done, and your self-reflection, and then move on to Canvas and do your independent practice.